Being the on-running fanboy that I am, I've had the pleasure of running in about 7 different on-running shoes. Out of those 7, these 2 are easily my favorite. The newly released Cloud Surfer 7 and the Cloud Monster. But which one of these should you buy in 2023? Let's talk about it. Before I get into it, my name is Aubrey. I'm a very average runner, simply trying to be less average by the day. At the time of recording this, I had 738 subscribers. That's a big deal. And I want to say thank you to each of you for interacting, liking, commenting, and subscribing. It does mean a lot to me, so thank you very much. Okay, so let's start comparing the shoes, and I always start with 3 specs that are objective. These are not my opinion, just facts. 1, price. 150 versus 160, so ding ding. The next thing is weight, 245 versus 275, ding ding. The other thing is the stack height. Now this here is a big ding ding to me. 32 versus 22 at the forefoot, a 10 mil drop, versus 30 versus 24 being a 6 mil drop. Ding ding. And the reason for that is this. This is On Running's max cushion shoe, whereas this is more plush. Just putting your feet in any of these shoes, you'll be able to discern, you'll be able to tell that this is more cushioned than this feels. It's just how it is. So we're gonna break this shoe down, starting from the top and work our way down. Starting with the heel. There's no question about this. Aesthetically, I like how that looks. The Monster looks great, but functionally, the Surfer 7 is exactly what the Monster should have been doing. Not just looking like, but the padding, the cushioning, and the heel lockdown you get from this shoe is much better than the Monster, just my opinion. The next thing is the tongue. The On Running's tongue is one of those slicker, very engineered, lightweight kind of tongues, and both of them being gusseted. I will vote for the Cloud Surfer 7 because of how plush that feels. It just feels great. It hugs your foot and holds your foot a bit more securely than the Monster does. The next thing to talk about is the lacing system. I'm going to give it to the Monster for this one because the lacing system in the Monster truly is just about lacing. Bear with me here. Whereas the Cloud Surfer 7, the lacing actually starts interfering with the fit of the shoe because at the bottom here, at the very front of the lacing, I actually had to go a half size up because of how that feels. It pinches and holds your foot down very uncomfortably that I had to go a size up. I didn't have that experience here. This shoe is true to size, whereas this one doesn't. And that to me is a function of the design of the lacing here. Sad. Anyway, let's move on. Uppers. Which of these 2 uppers do I like? And I'm going to talk about the uppers in 2 ways. 1, aesthetics, and 2, the design. Aesthetically, the Monster still remains my winner. I love the exaggerating on the side there. I love the exaggerated logo. And the actual design that they've done on the upper. It feels a bit more futuristic, more current than the Cloud Surfer 7. However, functionally, how the Cloud Surfer 7 feels, I can't stress to you how comfortable and just foot holding and foot hugging this feels. Apart from the bit I talked about in the lacing, this just feels like what this should have been doing all along. So the upper, in terms of function, gets it. So I guess it's a tie there. The main part of this discussion, if there is one thing to pick up here, it's this point. The midsole. The redesigning of this Cloud Tech phase. 1, the removal of the speed board that the Monster has, and you can see that speed board from the underneath, truly delivers what I think they intended with the Monster. Now, I know I shouldn't be saying that. Someone designed this with this in mind, with this functionality, and they put it to a test. But from a consumer perspective, when I buy into the max cushioning branding, max cushion story that they marketed to me, this is what I was expecting. The performance that was sold to me in this shoe, this is what I was expecting. Now, don't get me wrong. The Monster was my most used running shoe in 2022, and it still remains an all-time favorite. But when I ran in this, I kind of go, oh, I get it. Now here is what I would like to see. Don't give me 30 mil stack height when you can give me this feeling in a 32. I wonder what it would be like the next time they do the Monster Running version 2 and they give it the Cloud Tech phase and they pump in a lot of this stack height in this midsole. I'm telling you now, On Running, please pay attention to me here because I think I'm onto something. Can you please give me actual max cushioning, not 32 mil, but with this Cloud Tech phase design? I'm telling you now, that's gonna be a winner. Anyway, let's turn it around. We're gonna talk outsoles. All right, let's talk about the outsoles and their pluses and minuses in both shoes. We're gonna start with the Cloud Surfer 7. If you look at the midsole, this is the most comfortable part, but that actually runs all the way around. That is very soft and gentle, so therefore, being on the outsole with the same material is gonna get worn out very quickly. But they have placed a more resilient rubber in the key places where you land. I just wonder for people that land on the outside of their feet, that's gonna experience a bit more wear. The plus though, they've redesigned this that you're not gonna be trapping all of your neighbor's stones and your own stones in the outsole. So that's a plus, which happens quite a lot in the Monster. When I get back from my run, I always have to start taking the stones out. However, the plus, that key area I talked about, you can see that it's kind of a bit more resilience around the outsole. So there are pluses in both. I really can't give it to any one of these. The next thing, the Tesco test. Now, for those of you not too familiar with my comparisons, the Tesco test is, would you wear any of these shoes just doing normal everyday stuff and not running? Is it cool enough? I have to give it to the OG, the Monster. This look, for me, is a bit more outstanding than this one is. So the Monster takes it. Anyway, I hope you like that comparison and it adds some sort of information to your decisions. I hope to catch you on the next one. Thank you very much for taking time to watch this. I truly appreciate it.